Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be making a cowrie shell necklace, and I'm using some of this macrame cord, and you can see that there's a little hole in each of these shells. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to feed this through. I've got a pair of tweezers here as well to help me pull it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed the cord through one of these shells. And as soon as there's a little bit popping through, you should be able to grab that with the tweezers. So there we go. So that's one. So I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of these here, and then I will be back to continue on. Okay, so I have all of the beads on the string now at this point in time, and I have measured my neck, and it is about 16.5 inches. And what I've found from doing this is you want this string to be able to tie the knots in between the shells themselves to be at least double the length that you're going for. So in this case, I want to be at least about 33 inches of string here to give me enough room. So I'll take the end of the string with my tape measure. I'm going to go to 35 just to give myself enough room here. And I'll cut it there. And then we're basically going to start tying knots in between the shells. So I'm going to leave this piece of string on the actual spool. That way I don't have to measure and guess how much I'm going to need. But I'm going to line up the ends of these here. And keep in mind that I want enough string to actually attach the clasp at the end. So I'm going to give this a couple inches at the end just to make sure I got some room there. And I'm going to tie my first knot. So I'm just tying the two pieces of string together. That's about 2 inches or so. And then if you pull on each cord, it actually helps tighten this knot. So there we go, that's my first knot. Now if I slide the first shell to the end, you're going to have the string that the shell is on is actually going to be the one that goes inside the shell. So you can see that it's in there right now. I'll push it against that knot that's there. Pull the other one tight across the bottom. And now what I'm doing is I'm going to tie another knot with both strings together on this shell. So I'll slip the shell portion through. And now I've got another knot here to tighten. So I want to make sure that this is nice and tight. So I'll pull this tight again. And again, the string is still going through the center of the shell. And then because I want this knot as close as it can get here, I'm going to hold on to the two pieces of string that I'm holding tight as I tighten this knot around it. If I don't hold on to these and tie the knot right against it, the knot can slide down the actual cord, and then you're not getting as tight of a knot as you'd like. So I'm just pulling on these, and you can see again, we want it to be nice and tight right against the shell as much as we can. And we can even pull these strings individually. Okay, and the reason we want to do that is because If this is too loose, it makes it really easy for this shell to slip out of the string, and then you've got like a shell that dangles there. So you want this to be as tight as you can make it against the shell. So now I've got my next knot ready to go, so I can go back to the rest of my shells on this string. Keep in mind this will happen, it'll just get a little tangled up on here. So now I can take my next shell in line and slide that towards the knot. It'll push right up against that knot that's there from the last one. Pull the back string across the back nice and tight again. Do a new knot. Okay, there's shell number 2. So basically we're going to keep doing this process all the way along for all these shells until we get to the end. So I'm going to do that, and then I will be back to show you after that step. So I will see you then. Okay, so I've got all the knots done, and I have tied additional knots just at the end. So I've taken the 2 pieces of string and I've just tied them together like you would just a regular knot. And I double knotted that, and then I actually super glued it to make sure that it causes a block at the end when you put the clasp on, to make sure that it doesn't fall off. So you take the clasp itself, and it has an opening here that you can feed the string through. So I'll do that quickly. So now the string is inside. I'll pull it right up against the knot. And then I have a pair of pliers here that I will use to actually close this up. So you're just pinching this together. And getting that to hold, which is good. So mostly it shouldn't be under that much tension unless something actually tugs on your knuckles while you're wearing it. So now we've got that done. It'll give us a chance to actually have this clasp work. So you can just clip it along one of these. And that is good. Then we can take our pair of scissors and just clean up this little bit at the end here, so it's not a total mess. There you have it. There is our shell necklace ready to go. I hope you enjoyed this video, and hopefully you'll see some more in the future. Take care, guys. Love you.